I want to watch this first.
Now to the latest trend that's sweeping the internet.
So-called NFT.
They're now selling for huge bucks.
$69 million.
So what's behind this latest craze?
That is the question to ask.
Okay, so there's some super strange stuff happening online right now, and I need to tell you about it. First, look at this tweet. The first tweet ever tweeted in the history of Twitter. The tweet was by Jack Dorsey.
I'm one of the co-founders of Twitter.
And this tweet was somehow just purchased for $2,915,835.47.
You serious?
And it's not.
Dude, I love purchasing things for $3 million, especially when that thing can just be a JPEG and like the easily replicable thing. Please don't forget to subscribe, because a lot of people that watch my videos don't subscribe apparently, and hit that bell. Motherfuckers are going to turn around and be like, actually, it's like saying you could buy the copy of an artwork, but like not the same. With the artwork, there's like actual human work that was placed on it. You are assigning the value and individuality to that NFT through a separate process. So it's not the same. You're buying a literal screenshot that other people are just saying is different than the other screenshots, because it's being powered by a fuckload, like a warehouse worth of energy. You can 100% copy the JPEG. You can't 100% recreate a piece of art.
Not just a tweet. Just last month, a single JPEG sold for $69 million.
Oh my God.
The NBA is selling little moments of basketball games for hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is all sorts of digital things that people are purchasing a version of them for lots of money. There are three simple letters.
Not even a screenshot, is just the URL, literally words/numbers. NFTs aren't strong enough for entire images. What?
That you need to understand what's going on here. Those letters are NFT.
Now to the latest trend that's sweeping the internet.
What exactly is
An NFT. So-called NFT.
Y'all in the chat understand what an NFT is?
Like, does that stand for not safe for work? What does this mean?
Why would you pay for an NFT when you can look at it for free?
Is this a gigantic bubble just waiting to burst?
I believe in this space with my whole heart.
I'm just fascinated by it, all of it.
This story is much bigger than a $600,000 cat gif or a $3 million tweet. It's a story about human psychology and how the way we value things.
So I don't get it. Who sold? Wait, did he just describe it? I missed the part where he was talking about the Twitter. Like, who sold it? Was it Jack?
Is shifting because of technology. A technology that some people think may revolutionize our society, while at the same time accelerating the climate disaster. It's really nuts. It's all of these things together, and I want to explain it to you. So let's do this.
What the hell's an NFT? Apparently cryptocurrency. To LeBron James! That was insane! Officially insane, LeBron James.
NFT stands for non-fungible token. Okay, there it is. That's the explanation. Non-fungible token. Makes sense, right? So the video's over now. No. One of my issues with this topic is that people throw around things like blockchain, crypto art, ledger, NFT, and they just expect me to understand what they're talking about, and I didn't. Okay, I'm going to talk about a Tesla for a second. Customized by Unplugged Performance to be the most unique.
Bro, he's hitting Omaze ads? That's crazy.
Fungible.
That's wild to me. That's like an Instagram ad, dude. That's some shit I see on my Instagram feed.
Talk about the word fungible. It's this very specific word that economists use. It has a very precise definition. I want to use a different word for fungible for a second. Let's just use the word replaceable. Non-fungible means non-replaceable. You can't replace it. There's only one of them. It's unique. Non-fungible. Let me give you an example of something I feel very strongly about. Let's say you want to buy an orange jacket. This is really absurd. I've actually never counted these before.
Stop it. Get some help.
You want to buy an orange jacket from Uniqlo.
It's wild that there's like Johnny Harris fans to the degree that they're like sending him the fucking orange jackets. You know what I mean? Then again, I'm a fucking 29-year-old idiot and I have the same situation. So Why is that strange?
Go on the internet and a jacket costs $39. If you purchase one of these jackets for $39, you don't care what specific jacket they send to you. They're gonna make thousands of jackets in your size, send them to stores, send them to people, and they will send one to you. You don't care which one it is. The jacket is fungible, it's replaceable. As long as you get one that's identical to the rest, it's worth the same to you. They're interchangeable. However, let's talk about one Uniqlo orange.
The amount of people that have approached me to do NFTs of my Twitch clips and shit like that is so insane.
Jacket that has been with me for a very long time. This is the original, and for those of you who don't know, I sort of have a strange attachment to this jacket. I just love it. I love the color. I feel like an identity with this thing. And it's sort of starting to disintegrate, but I love it. And I kind of fell in love. This jacket is not replaceable. If I went onto the website and paid $39 for a Uniqlo orange jacket that was this exact same model, it would not be this jacket. This jacket is non-fungible. It is the only one on the planet that exists. It has emotional value. It has significance. It is a very valuable thing because it is scarce. There's only one of them. It's valuable to me, at least. And I kind of fell in love. Okay, we can put these down for a second. Everything in our economy is one or the other, fungible or non-fungible. A sack of rice is fungible. You just want a sack of rice. You don't care which one it is. The Mona Lisa, non-fungible. There's only one. Unsurprisingly, non-fungible things are way more valuable than fungible things. So that's the NF in NFT, non-fungible. Now let's talk about the T, which is token. This is a very internet-y word. And to explain this, I have to explain something I have avoided explaining for a very long time. The blockchain. Luckily, there's a way to understand this.
But it really does have so much potential. The digital artists have now a way to scarcity to the artwork and can get paid appropriately, I guess.
And I'm going to make it.
But it's all subjective. You literally just said it is applicable to the Mona Lisa too. No. The non-replaceable element of the original work of art stems from the fact that the brush strokes can never be recreated. There are paint chips that you can fucking find and immediately recognize is from that period of time. Like, whereas a digital artwork, a digital piece of art, especially if it's just a fucking screenshot of something that is a URL or a screenshot of like a tweet, is completely replaceable. This is a boomer take, my guy. The token itself can be replaced, which is different from the art itself not being replaceable. Yes, you can create an NFT from a physical piece too. Okay, it's called a non-fuckable token. They're worth so much money because they're made of computers.
As painless as possible. Let's say I want to buy 3 slices of pizza from my friend Anna. She charges me $6 for these 3 slices. I don't use cash anymore, so I pull out my debit card, my bank card, and I swipe on her little terminal. As soon as I swipe this card, a message is sent to my bank. And it says, hey, Johnny, who has an account at your bank, wants to spend...
Physical recreation is the same as digital replication? Wait, are you being serious? Or are you saying that I'm Pepega for that take? You can't replicate a blockchain code. Yes, but the blockchain code is an added component to it. Okay? How is that hard to understand? It's like insurance. NFTs could be seen as like adding insurance onto a digital piece of property. Okay? The difference is the actual artwork itself is not replicable at all. You're basically just adding a certificate of authenticity or something like that to the digital work of art, the digital property. That's all you're doing. So it's very different. Again, no matter what happens, it's very different than like the physical space.
$6 on pizza, and that money needs to go to Anna's bank. This is like the bread and butter of what a bank does all day. They document every transaction that comes in from all their customers. They send out money to the other banks. And at the end of the day, they have a tally of all the money that went out of your account and into your account. And they can give you a number. They can say, based on all of these transactions, you have 50.
That's not true. People can copy paintings. No, you are wrong. You are literally wrong. Original artwork, no matter how hard you fucking try, you can never replicate, especially because you can't age it. Do you understand? You can copy the painting, you can make an incredible fucking counterfeit, but ultimately you literally cannot recreate the fucking painting or the work of art in the exact same way. You'll get outed through carbon dating. You'll get outed through literally the specific kinds of paint that is captured from a point in time. Whereas with digital art, I'm sorry, you can literally fucking make a one-to-one. You can just copy and paste it.
$50 in your bank account. And so when that request comes in, as I swipe my card, my bank is like, okay, so based on all of your transactions, you have $50 in your account. I can send $6 to Anna's bank, approved, and they approve the transaction. Once that money comes into Anna's bank is doing the same thing. They're like, oh cool, she had $80 and now she has 86, and they add it to her record. More and more, your money is just a number on a screen. It's the result of a bunch of transactions. You don't barter with physical things and you don't use cash as much. So the bank keeping meticulous records of every transaction becomes really important. We trust the bank to do this correctly. So thank you, banks. Banks and other middlemen have been keeping stuff like this running smoothly for centuries. I mean, kind of smoothly.
The NASDAQ, everything and more has been completely wiped out.
Was the worst day on Wall Street?
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
There have been a few bumps in the road. With the rise of the internet, people started to wonder, is there a way that we could do this same thing, coordinate this transaction of transfer of money between two people without the bank? The result is a very clever concept called the blockchain. The blockchain fulfills the same thing the bank was doing. But instead of doing this privately on my bank account and talking to Anna's bank, all of the transactions are actually recorded publicly on the internet.
You're going surfing on the internet.
So let's redo this example in a crypto world. Anna charges me 6 crypto coins for my 3 slices of pizza. I go to swipe my proverbial bank card to say, yes, I want to pay you 6 coins. Instead of the bank seeing that request for a transaction and trying to validate it, it goes on to this public record where a bunch of people's computers all around the world are keeping track of every single transaction of everyone, always. If I don't indeed have the 6 coins in my account to pay Anna, all of the people's...
What happens if someone fucking shuts down the servers that are holding your $69 million EFT? You can't? It's not on a server? You have to shut them all down? Oh, okay. You have to shut down every single Bitcoin node on Earth. Okay.
Computers who are keeping track of every single transaction will notice that there's a discrepancy. They'll be like, whoa, 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 dude, you don't have 6 coins. We're looking at every transaction ever and you don't have 6 coins. Your transaction is rejected. If I do have 6 coins, all of the computers looking at the public record will see that request for a transaction and they'll be like, yep, approved. You have 6 coins and now Anna has 6 coins. And they'll write that transaction into the public record. Now Anna having those 6 extra coins is now the business of everybody. Everybody now knows that. The point here is that the group verifies the legitimacy of every transaction.
Oh, I thought you meant if someone shut down the NFT that's happened, the website that hosted the image fucking died? So what the fuck happens then? What do you mean the website that hosted the image died? No, people are wrong. The image itself is on one server sometimes. An NFT is just a fucking certificate pointing to a link. If the link goes down, you got a certificate to nothing. That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. They have to host it somewhere, right? I was talking about coins, not NFTs. No. I wasn't asking about coins. I was asking specifically about NFTs. What happens when a digital piece of art that's being hosted somewhere goes down? It depends on how different have your blockchain implemented. If you have to save an URL, of course that shit goes down, but it can save the bits of the art itself. NFT refers to a link because the data file could be too large to store on the chain. It's hosted on the blockchain. How the fuck can you host something so? Wait, how can you host complicated artwork on a blockchain, though. It's not just like a fucking transaction. I don't think you can, right? You literally can't. That's why it's only a link. If NFTs were, if the actual fucking data of the NFT was able to be hosted on a blockchain, that would, it's not the artwork, it's the string of code that's the NFT. It gets encrypted into something you can't decrypt. You need to think of an NFT like a crypto coin, but a one of, which makes it special. You can create collections of NFT which are tied like an art gallery. Coins are decentralized, so there is no server holding the information like a bank. They don't, but there are coins for shortage. It's a whole different story. Oh my God, this is like turning in the path of exile again. This is literally path of fucking exile, dude. I swear to God. Jesus Christ, dude. Why are you guys doing this? My brain hurts.
By keeping an eye on every transaction to make sure that it adds up. Okay, I'm getting hot at this point, so I'm taking off my orange jacket. Okay, so you're wondering, what does the blockchain and this public record have anything to do with cat gifts that sell for $600,000? Well, I'm about to tell you. So in my pizza example, we talked about blockchain as a way to verify currency transaction. I pay you this much, you pay me this much, and everybody knows how much everybody has because it's all public. But this is where it starts to bend my mind a little bit. What if we apply this to something that isn't money or currency? Let's say one day you're just looking at the ledger, and the ledger's like, Johnny wants to give Anna 6 coins. Okay, he's got 6 coins, approved. And then a transaction comes up that's like, a Malaysian businessman wants to give $3 million worth of coins to Jack Dorsey in exchange for a little token or digital certificate that says that the tweet is now somehow owned by the Malaysian businessman. The only thing that the blockchain cares about is, does the Malaysian businessman have $3 million worth of coins? And so a bunch of computers all around the world look at the whole entire list of transactions and say like, yeah, this guy has more than $3 million worth of...
Bro, I feel like... Doesn't this just blow... Wouldn't this blow up if everyone started using a blockchain? Like, I'm so confused. Do we have enough processing power to literally operate every single transaction at all times? Like, it would be fucking insane, right? Why are people saying no? Yes, that digital token is technically a way to stash money if you can write off on your taxes. No. That's not what I'm talking about. The amount of processing power and energy required to operate a system that is calculating every microtransaction in real time at all times seems fucking insane. Couldn't you make the argument for any other financial derivative? I guess technically, not really. You don't have a public fucking... You don't have public data for every single transaction that's occurring all the fucking time. I mean, do we have enough power to power an entire fleet of electric vehicles? No, but if people start doing it, the infrastructure will be built. Come on, you're smarter than this? I am not smarter than this, my friend. This shit confuses the fuck out of me. Considering we might be nearing the limit on processors, you could be right, but the majority of energy from Bitcoins comes from mining. It's run intentionally and efficiently because of proof of work, where you have to fucking guess numbers to validate transactions. It's massively inefficient. Bitcoin has ground to a halt in processing transactions. If everyone got on Ethereum, something similar would happen. I guess we do that with banking and the stock market, technically. But there's a limitation to the network. There's a limitation to the network in the stock market. There's a limitation to the network of information that's being processed at all times. Whereas what I'm talking about is like literally limitless. Like every single person and every single transaction, from you purchasing a pizza down to like purchasing NFTs, down to the literal fucking NFTs, the URL links of the NFTs itself being being processed in real time, it seems like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand how fast computers can process information. But I guess every laptop and phone that is engaging in the processing is like adding into that. Look at the average time it takes a crypto transaction to go through. The median transaction for miners, including mine book. What? Holy shit. 13 minutes, dude. There's a bit. Oh, so I was right. There's a scalability problem. Why the fuck? Oh my God, dude. Everyone in the chat. There's so many people in the chat that's like, you're so fucking brain dead. You're such a caveman. You don't understand. There is no scalability problem. There's no scalability problem. That's why Litecoin and other altcoins exist. NFTs are just a market for perfect speculation with no cap on potential value. And the higher the value, the higher the energy consumption. This is just a disaster waiting to happen. Used to be 5 days. It's only numbers and user IDs. It's really not holding that much data. Dude, what do you mean? It's holding so much data, dude. Power consumption, Visa versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin average energy consumption per transaction compared to that of Visa as of April 14th. I mean, but that's just... I'm not a crypto nerd, but 13 minutes isn't that crazy. Think about how long it takes for a bank to confirm a payment. It can definitely take a bit. Okay, guys, you're fucking freaking out and saying like there are other cryptocurrencies. How do you not understand? I'm just trying to take it all in.
They approved the transaction, and now it is written in a public record that is unalterable. That says that this Malaysian businessman owns this tweet. The token has been transferred to somebody new. Non-fungible token, NFT. And if there's anything that gets human psychology to value something, it's if an entire group validates that it's real and that there's only one of them. There are tens of thousands of NFTs of all kinds. Some music is being given tokens. Lots of art is being minted as tokens and being bought and sold. And then, of course, there's
NBA Top Shot,
who's taking advantage of this.
These highlight moments, these top shot moments from your favorite NBA players have been turned into non-fungible tokens.
Jesse made headlines the other day when he paid $208,000 for LeBron James Top Shot.
It's the weirdest thing. As soon as humans have enough abundance and have their basic needs met, food, shelter, warmth, etc., the next frontier is to create value in things that have no inherent value. The value turns into psychological hype, excitement around a certain thing. We've been doing that forever. I mean, that's the whole art industry.
I was just going to say that's literally just art, though, in general. That's just straight up just art.
Is based on the idea of a bunch of people deciding that this painting, this little bit of canvas and wood and paint, is valuable, and thus it is valuable. The only difference about now is we now have the technology to do this in a non-physical way, using this very sophisticated internet technology that is maturing very quickly. Okay, so this is a lot of hype, and I know you're probably thinking like, cool, there's a bunch of rich people online buying and trading digital art, and there's millions of dollars worth of cards. I thought you said that this was going to have the potential to change the world. And I'm getting there, but first I need to talk about the crazy flip side to the NFT fad. The reality is that the technology that is the backbone for all of this, the blockchain stuff that we've been talking about, relies on the public ledger thing that I talked about. Like that is the sort of heart and soul conceptually, but mechanically, like physically, what it relies on is computers doing a bunch of little calculations all day and night forever. These computers aren't real computers. They don't have any memory or screens or anything.
So the other thing is, so there's Bitcoin, right? There's a pool of Bitcoin. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a percentage of Bitcoin that's out there that hasn't been used yet, right? Like a big fucking percentage of Bitcoin that's like sitting. There's a lot of Bitcoin that like sits in wallets and it's gone forever because people just cannot have access to it, right? So if small amount, so doesn't that mean that if like the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2050, the original creator has over 1 billion in Bitcoin that he's never touched? That's what I've heard as well. The founder, but no one knows who the actual original of Bitcoin is, right? I thought that we didn't know who the original a Bitcoin creator was. There was a guy who was killed, or sorry, there was a guy who died. By completing these competitions, you mine Bitcoin, aka get some for doing the work by completing. So I have a bunch of coins on an encrypted drive from years ago. I forgot the password. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. But from what I understand, there is some Bitcoin out there. What happens if it's released? Like that person just decides to fucking all of a sudden be like, all right, time to verify all of the Bitcoin that I had and like start, you know, making purchases with it. Like literally at the same time. It's decentralized. The market for it is already here. Is it 1 million Bitcoin or 1 million USD Bitcoin? I don't know what it is. The major failing of Bitcoin is as a currency is why people hold on to them. It's wildly unstable. People have guesses as to who invented it based on the blockchain was first outlined in academic papers. Is it worth buying a tiny bit and just hoping for the best? I don't fucking know, dude. Do your thing. I don't fuck around with any of this stuff, so don't. That would devalue it, lol. Why would they release it all at once? I don't know. This is so funny. This is good memes, dude.
All they do is just make little micro calculations all day, all night. Most NFTs are stored on a blockchain called Ethereum. And as of now, in early April 2021, when I'm filming this, the Ethereum blockchain is using 33 terawatt hours of electricity. And you're like, what's a terawatt hour of electricity? That's the same amount of power as the country of Serbia. A reminder that generating electricity usually comes from power plants that are burning fossil fuels, that are putting carbon into the atmosphere.
Wait, what? I gotta run that back. Hold on. What?
When I'm filming this, the Ethereum blockchain is using 33 terawatt hours of electricity. And you're like, what's a terawatt hour of electricity? That's the same amount of power as the country of Serbia. A reminder that generating electricity
For a day, though. The entire country of Serbia, one day, is generating the same amount as, like, the entire... Or an hour... Sorry. 1 hour of Serbia. All of Bitcoin mining uses the same amount as Brazil. ETH has the ability to roll back transactions. It's an actual garbage crypto. Okay, well, it's fine because that's the entire planet though, right? That's the Ethereum for the entire planet. Actually, what? That's not fine. Never mind, because not that many people have Ethereum and are running. Oh my God. Oh my God. The power consumption to operate one fucking secondary crypto that's not like that was created to mitigate some of the workload off of the original Bitcoin is taking up that much fucking power. If literally everyone started using crypto, we would run the planet into the ground. Oh my God, that is so much. Power consumption scales with the number of miners, not the number of crypto users. Well, you need more miners, don't you, to run an altcoin runs on ETH network. All altcoins run on the ETH network.
Usually comes from power plants that are burning fossil fuels, that are putting carbon into the atmosphere, which is a big freaking problem.
Facing a man-made disaster on a global scale.
The power consumption of the Ethereum blockchain is exploding. It is quadrupled in like 8 months, and it is showing no sign of slowing down. It is a lot of energy, and to think that much energy is not being used to like move people around or produce things, it's used to like crunch numbers in a weird computer warehouse somewhere so that somebody can buy a fake token of a thing that we only, oh man, I can't, it's mind-blowing. It's such an ironic moment where it's like, this is all digital, it's all fake, it's not real, but it's having deeply real-world effects.
Ouch! Streaming 24/7 is good, but a computer mining 24/7 is bad. If you cannot comprehend that if virtually every single person required that they had to fucking stream 24/7, specifically so that financial transactions could compute at a reasonable time, then and how devastating that would be on a fucking power grid or our power consumption as a whole. If you cannot comprehend that as a separate problem that will never exist because of the amount of human labor required to do that would be impossible, with what crypto needs just to operate, I don't know what to tell you. I am a fucking idiot. I'm a himbo. I'm a dumbass. And even I understand how different those two things are.
I just want to finish this video now talking about what this might mean for our world going forward. This is definitely hype, and that's the whole point. I mean,
isn't that also literally the same reason why fucking you can't get it like a 3090? You know what I mean? Because everyone is like, I don't fully understand what you need exactly, but isn't that what they're doing on GPUs? Like they're fucking Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin. Actually not. Mining uses way more power than streaming. Most miners run off of clean energy. Power consumption of the banking system and connected systems is vastly greater than all of crypto. Yeah, no shit. Because everyone on the fucking planet is on it. But it seems like, and I'm not, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it seems like for as limited usage there is for crypto, meaning like there's not a lot of fucking users on it in comparison to the literal fucking global interconnected banking system, it requires a fuckload of power.
These speculation markets are all about hype. We see this all the time with new technologies and new things that people get excited about, and they swarm it with their investments and the price goes up. And then something happens. For example,
Come on, Uncle Phil, this is the 90s, man.
What's a web page? Something ducks walk on?
Unequal value. So cash in on today's new account.
Man, it's the 90s. It's hammer time.
In the 90s, the internet was taking off and people were just realizing that you could like make money on the internet. You could like make big businesses on the internet. The stock market was surging 400% in 5 years. Mainly fueled by so much hype and excitement around these new internet companies.
Break the record as America's longest.
Yo, crypto miners really be sounding like Donald Trump right now. Oh no, this is clean. There's clean mining, like clean coal. We have clean crypto mining. It's the cleanest. It's on renewable energy, folks. Come on. It's clean. It's so clean. Believe me, it's sustainable mining.
Boom, the new economy. Is it a boom without end?
This rise peaked in March of 2000, and then the bubble burst, and
we love the NFTs, don't we, folks? We love them. There's an NFT out there of my dumpy. It's so wonderful.
Or completely lost all of this excitement valuation that they had.
Saw it, didn't you? It was down some.
But did that mean that the internet went away? Did that mean that internet businesses didn't come back? No. Companies went on to reshape our world. Right now, I think we are probably in that stage of NFTs. It's hype, it's novel, it's exciting. But what it's doing is it's pushing our minds to think differently about how we validate and verify things. If I buy a house, there is a whole thick stack of paperwork and a bunch of middlemen to make sure that it is very clear who owns the house and how that money gets transferred from one person to another. It is like a nightmare of an experience. If suddenly technology existed that took away...
Someone said, is it bad that I bought an NFT of your viral tweet for $500? So, like, that's what I'm saying. Who the fuck gets to sell an NFT of my tweet? Like, can someone just be like, I have screenshotted this person's tweet as an NFT? So, what's up? How does that work? Like, if someone is stupid enough to fucking verify that, it's like people who sell parts of the moon. Some coins turn their network into a decentralized supercomputer for specific computations or rendering CGI as their proof of work. Not useless hashing. I don't know if you're being honest or if you're just saying a bunch of computer words. Yes, anyone could sell your tweet.
The centralized middleman, and made transactions between people able to be authenticated, verifiable, and much smoother. That could change our world. I'm not here to say if the bubble's gonna burst or whatever. I don't know. I just know that this is a crazy moment where we're getting our heads around a new technology and what it means. And eventually we'll adapt. This won't be crazy. This won't be novel anymore. Prices will go down. but the technology that allowed it all to happen will probably stick around.
I have more questions than I have answers.